Lesson 35, Similar and Congruent Polygons. So similar polygons have the same shape. They don't have to have the same size. They just have to have the same shape. So here's a rectangle, we'll call it A. Here's another rectangle that the sides are proportional to A, and we'll call that one B. We could say rectangle A is similar to rectangle B. And this little symbol right here, you read it is similar to. So it's just like a little tilde. Now, congruent polygons is just kind of what you would expect it to be, because the word congruent means they're going to have the same shape and the same size. So we're going to draw 3 congruent squares. Here's one. There's another one. And then if we were to draw a third, just because it's rotated, but if it has the same width and length and 90 degrees on each angle, they will be the same. So all are congruent, and it can be rotated. So in parentheses here, just put can be rotated. As long as it has the same side lengths, same angles, polygons can be congruent if they're exactly the same. So similar figures have corresponding angles that are equal. So let's say we have 2 right triangles and that we know they are similar. Okay, so we'll call this one A, B, C, and we'll call this one X, Y, Z. Now, if you notice, this triangle is, they're just similar. They're the same shape. The sides are proportional. We could say that the measure of angle A is going to equal the measure of angle X. So if you look at where A is, it's straight across the bottom from the right angle. And the angle that's straight across the bottom from the right angle on this triangle is angle X. So we know that those two line up. The measure of angle B is going to equal the measure of angle Y, and the measure of angle C is going to equal the measure of angle Z. When this is true, and we know the triangles are similar, we can write a similarity statement. So in other words, the triangle, this is how I get my letters. I just go straight down here. ABC is similar to triangle, and you have to have the same order that you had on the other one. So you have to have the first one has to be the angle that's congruent to the first one in the first triangle you named. So it has to be X, Y, Z. So this, we're just saying triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ. Now there is a theorem or a postulate that we can learn. It's called the angle-angle triangle similarity postulate. So angle-angle triangle similarity postulate. And here's what it says. If 2 triangles have congruent angles, then the triangles are similar. If 2 of the angles are congruent, then the third angle has to be congruent because they have to all add up to 180. So then you could say, okay, the triangles would be similar. So if the angles are congruent, the triangles are similar. Similar figures have corresponding sides that form equal ratios. And we learned a few days ago that equal ratios just means a proportion. That's just another way of saying proportion. So in our triangles above, we could say that AB over, and you have to get the order right, it's going to be XY. And when you write AB without a line over it, that just means how long it is. So the length of AB divided by the length of XY is going to equal the length of AC divided by the length of XZ, which is also going to be equal to the third side, the length of CB divided by the length of ZY. We have one more postulate. Oh, I wanted to show you the angle-angle postulate. Come back up here in your notes. We actually call that sometimes, actually let's put it here, the AA, Similarity postulate. So if you ever want to use that as a reason why you know two triangles are similar, is that way you don't have to write out angle-angle. You can just put AA. So here's another similarity postulate. It's called the side, side, side triangle similarity postulate. And sometimes we write that SSS triangle similarity, and you can use the little similar sign, postulate. Some of you are asking, well, can we use the similarity postulate up in this one? The similarity symbol up in this word? Yes, you can. Up in this title, you can use that. And here's what side, 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 similarity, triangle similarity postulate says. If corresponding sides are proportional, then figures are congruent. Are similar. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's the end of lesson 35.